Okay, it's 12:01, and this is Michael McClellan of L3 Levine Electronics and Electrics, and I just wanted to take a moment to thank all of you who have joined us. And this is our first webinar using GoToWebinar. We made the decision for several reasons to move to this platform. One major factor was we don't have to worry about muting people's phones. Somehow there was always a dog or a child in the background, and someone didn't know how to mute their phone. So all of your phones are muted by nature with GoToWebinar. There is a button on your right-hand side where you can ask a question. You can raise your hand virtually. There should be a chat box, and there may also be a poll that you may see halfway through the webinar or at the end with one or two questions that you can easily answer yes or no. So we may test that during this webinar. So thanks again for everyone that is on with us. And what we have today is Babu Chinnasamy, who is with ABB Critical Power, this is the old division of GE Industrial, the Critical Power segment. So if anybody wants to test out the question or text or chat box, feel free. And I'm now going to turn it over to Babu.
Great. Thank you, Michael. Hello, everyone. Hope everyone safe and doing good and healthy. Thanks for the opportunity today, and I'm very excited to share our new product we launched last year, TruOne based technology ZNet ATS. And today I have a wide variety of list of topics, like to take you through. And the format we are going to do today is that I will walk you through the topics for today, and we'll have the Q&A session towards the end of the this meeting. So that way we can cover some of your questions might be answered, in the coming slides, so that you can hold up for your questions, and definitely we will answer towards the end for this topic. So today's agenda going to be start with the introduction to the TruOne, and then we'll talk high level what is the overall product portfolio, the ABB ATS offering, and also some of you already been using our ZNet portfolio product, and specifically this TruOne based one, what is changing compared to our legacy product line, and a quick start guide. That's a key startup step the product needs to go through, and also we'll highlight the key cross-reference topics of the legacy to the new one, as well as how to do the programming for the input and output modules, and what are the accessories we are offering, and how to order, and more importantly we go into the troubleshooting and maintenance guide, and high level of what value props this product is bringing to the application and customer, and finally what are all the information we have to share, where you can learn more about the product, and finally how our L3 can support you on providing a quote. With that, let me deep dive into the introducing the TruOne. So we call it as the all-in-open style, all-in-one ATS. Why do we say that, right? So let's look at the left side of the chart where we have a conventional ATS technology. Basically, it can be function as a ATS. You need a controller, sensor, and switch mechanism. These are the key parts, and then all this needs to be wired together to get the ATS functionality. So that's a conventional method, and that's what the product out there in the market. If you open the cabinet, you will see a bunch of wire goes through, and a few other components, right? And when it comes to the TruOne, all these integrated into one seamless unit. And when you open the door, all you see is that the one wire coming from the door where we mounted the HMI and then to the switch. So that's all you are going to see. So that's the simplicity of this product, and everything, the controller, sensor, switch mechanism, all integrated into one unit. So what are the key highlights of this product? So this is really a first true purpose-built ATS integrated into a seamless unit, and it comes with the easy installation, right? So as I mentioned that it's easy to put it in a box, and also the fast in phase open transition. Typically it takes like 100 milliseconds to do the transfer, but with the TruOne product, it can go faster. Within 50 milliseconds the transfer can happen. And also with the easy slide switch button, you can put it on the auto or lock mode or manual mode, as well as the field upgradable accessories, including the advanced connectivity, or if you wanted to add the additional input output modules, you can easily do it in the field with a very less time. Basically, the TruOne product, the TruOne ATS product, available with the 3 different level of controllers. So if you connect with our legacy offering MX60, 150, and 250, similar way, the TruOne product comes with the level 2 controller, level 3 controller, and level 4. So the level 2 controller is a basic version. It comes with the dip switch, and that's the switch you will use it to set it up. So this has some limitation where it has a fixed time settings, and also do all the basic needs per the UL standard. The level 3 controller is advanced than the level 2, where you can get the programmable input output, and you can set it up the flexible dropout limits and time delays, as well as the field mountable Echip communication module. Also it comes with the event lock. Both level 2 and level 3 controller has a specific breaker rating. The level 4, that's the highest feature, that comes with any breaker rating, and it has the power measurements and also the predictive maintenance, which includes the contact wear, where you can easily track down how much of the contact left, that helps in your maintenance as the topic. Also the temperature measurements, those will be a value added for the level 4. But this is all what I'm talking about is a TruOne open product. But when we go into the enclosed offering, that's where the ABB ZNet TruOne comes in, and we already launched the level 2 GTX model, and level 3 is a GTG model, and then level 4 is coming in the future to match up with our GTS product category. Just to have a quick update on the ABB ZNet. So probably you heard the ZNet is the one, we came from the Z company, and then we integrated with the ABB, right? So ABB product is the legacy ABB product is the TruOne, and we are integrating that into ZNet, and in the market we are now known as the ABB ZNet. So all of our legacy product, also the branding has been updated to ABB ZNet. As you can see on the right side of the product, right side of the presentation, the product I have, that's what I was talking about, how easy to put together, and you see that one wire going through it. So when you open it, this is all you see it on the product. Give a high level update on what are all the products we are offering. So we talked about the TruOne open product so far. That is one for the OEM application. So this product available from 30 amps to 1200 amps, as well as the 2-pole, 3-pole, 4-pole, and the voltage rating is 200 to 480 volt. And it's all modular, all in one design, and available with the 3 different level controller. We just looked at it, level 2, level 3, and level 4. And for the enclosed product offering, that's where we named as the ABB ZNet, and we continue to have the GTS and GTE. That's what I highlighted on the right side of the presentation. That's a legacy product, and it's continuing to be available. If you need any close transition or bypass, maintenance bypass option, or 4000 amp, and those are available with the GTS and GTE for critical power or mission critical applications. The middle one, the GTX and GTG, that's what we are going to focus today in our rest of the slide. Basically, that's a product got upgraded with TruOne ATS. So if you open up the GTS or GTG today, what we are offering, up to 1200 amps product, you will see the TruOne product inside. And anything above the 1200 amps, that's going to be available, as a legacy product. So basically, that's an open style and enclosed opportunity. So this is a high-level comparison of what is changed compared to our ZNet GTX offering. From the 40 to 400 amps offering, now we increased up to 1200 amps. And the voltage range, is you can note down, is at 200 to 480 volt compared to 120 to 480 volt. So if it is a true single phase 120 volt, and that's not the product we are offering with the TruOne. The TruOne works from the 200 volt to 480 volt, and it comes with a level 2 dip switch as compared to the MX60 we had in the past. And the same way on the GTG, GTG used to be available up to 3000 amps, but since the TruOne product goes up to 1200 amps, we have a split offering. I will show you in the next slide. Similar way, the voltage range, 600 volt, it's not available in TruOne, so still you can get it on the legacy product. And it's available with a very wide variety of enclosure, and the controller MX150 is replaced with the TruOne controller up to 1200 amps, and anything above, we still offer our traditional product. This is the split offering I was talking about. If it is more than 1200 amps, we still offer the legacy product. Up to 1200 amps, the product will have a TruOne ATS inside. Same way for the voltage. If it is a 200 to 480 volt, it's a new product. 600 volt, it's a traditional enclosure. It's the same way. Now let's deep dive into the controller to show you, some of the features here. Let me try to use the drawing tool here. Okay, so this is the just exploded view of the front screen of the GTX HMI level 2 controller. This comes with the dip switch. All what you see that the white dots here, these are all the dip switch. Basically, you put it in a position such a way that based on the settings you need. So in case of the S1 failure delay, so these are the number of seconds, you can set it up. So all you need to do, set this one to any of this type of configuration to get the required number of seconds you want to delay. Same way for the dropout and frequency, you can see that there are 4 different settings available, and you can set this for those 4 different settings. So that's how it is, simple and easy to do, but you have to put it in the right position. As you can see, these 2 buttons, this is what you can manually operate by clicking on this button to move to source 1, or if you wanted to move to the transfer to source 2, you can click on this green button. And all these button in between, this basically helps to some lamp test or a no load test or load test. Also, if you wanted to bypass some of the time delay, you just come, press this button, and that's going to bypass. Also, the last button, this actually helps to go between the manual and auto, also to reset the alarm. So that's the GTX. Okay, now let's go into the GTG. Sorry about my, okay, it's all right. Okay, good. So GTG, that's a level 3 controller. It has a level 3 controller. This comes with a LCD screen, and let me get the pin again. So all these buttons you have, this is what it helps you to navigate the menu. Basically, whatever the LCD screen is going to have that. And this product is available with a two different transition, open transition as well as the delayed transition. As you can see the difference between the open and delay, the delayed version will have the off button on the middle. And similar way, you have this auto button, which means, by clicking this, you can put it in auto mode or manual mode, as well as, you can reset the alarm. So these are the buttons we talked about earlier, the same functionality. If you want to transfer to the source 1 or source 2, you can use this. Okay. Okay, moving on to the power panel. So let's spend a few minutes on the deep dive into the design and feature of this product line, right? So basically, this product has a major three components, the power poles on the right side and position indicator module on the middle, and then the mechanism and electronics. So this is where all the mechanism and electronics combinedly, it's on the left side of the product. And you can see the right side, just to show you that after removing the terminal shroud, all the terminals are visible. This is the exploded view of the product. This shows you that, how robust design this product is and how simple this product design is based on the number of components, compared to if you look at the legacy design. So that has so many components, and so this actually reduces the number of failure points as well, right? In addition to we are already reducing the number of wires, 16 or 20 wires into one wiring, that itself reduces the failure points. In addition to that, you see that the design of modular type design, what we have, that's actually helping for the better reliability. So I'll just ask you to make a note of this two screws, the long screws. I will explain. This is one of the key item needed to separate the mechanism and electronics from the switch, so that we can use it for the replacement. I'll talk about in a coming slide. Okay, so this is another deep dive into one of the module. Each pole has this kind of cassette modular design. And as you can see, this is a fixed contact for the source 1 and 2. This is right side is the load connection, and the center one is the moving contact. So it has the rotary type mechanism where it slides, it rotates. It's like a knife blade mechanism. Every time it operates, it cleans the contact surface. So that's how this product gives the better longer life as well as the better reliability. And this is a different position, like I mentioned, it's like a rotating, so you can see when load connected to, and then it's actually rotate, surrounding this to connect to the other loads. Next, we'll deep look into what are the specific features. We already looked at these three components: power pole, position indicator module, and mechanism electronics. In addition to that, this is the one slide which I was talking about earlier. It can allow you to put it into 3 different modes: manual mode, and once you put it in manual mode, there will be a small section next to that actually open up and pops out. That's actually a handle. So you can take the handle out and then place it inside, and you can operate the switch. So that's what its manual mode is for. And if you wanted to lock it to the settings what you already have, and you lock it, and you can put the the padlock here. And if you wanted to use the automatic mode, you can slide the switch to the auto mode. So these are the 3 different positions you can put the slide switch into for a quicker operation. The other important area of this switch is that you see this is the cover, top cover. If you remove the top cover, this is what you see inside. And basically all the standard digital inputs will be available in this area, and these are the additional connectivity modules, communication module or input output module that will go into this. It's easy to slide. As I mentioned, it's a field installable as well. And let's talk about the position indicator module. So this is what the position indicator module, which tells you that whether it is in the source 1 or source 2. So that gives you the easy identification by looking at that. But the reason I wanted to highlight this locking latch, you remember I was showing you the 2 screws in the previous slides, and if you lift this latch, this is a kind of door and it opens up. So that's what you see here. Let me try to bring the pen here. So if you lift this, this is going to open up the door. Once the door is open, you will see the access to those 2 screws here. The long screw I was showing in the previous slide. So you can remove these 2 screws, then this entire mechanism and electronics unit, it will come off by keeping all these together in the panel. So you don't need to do any of the customer wiring connections. You don't need to touch any of those. All you need to do is just remove those 2 screws, and you can take it out and replace it. It takes about one person can do it within 10-15 minutes. So that's what it takes. If you have all the right component, you just slide it in and then again screw it back. So that's how it is simple for any of the maintenance issue or any repair work you need to do. Just need to replace this one component. Okay, let's go to the. I do have some of the videos. I'm not going to play, but you will have the copy of this presentation. I would recommend to watch a few of the videos we have. That will give a more clarity on how easy to assemble this product as well as install it in the field, and how to add the accessories. All those quick video, 2-3 minutes video will give you this power of this product. Let's move into the quick start guide. Basically, this is the setup we need to do once you have this product in the field. The first step, you need to do the startup, right? So before you do that, this is the basic step, what we call as the auto configuration. So if it is the, let me get my pen again. So if you look at the GTG, this is the menu. This is the kind of buttons you use to operate the menu items, and you click on the center one, and then this is the main screen. You will see it, and with this, click on the parameter. Once you click the parameter, it's going to show you the system parameter or device parameter. Select on the system parameter and click on the start configuration. This is the only simple step you can do. Once you do this, it's going to basically do the setting on its own for the power distribution system and the voltage, frequency, neutral position, and the phase sequence. So everything will be done automatically. So that's an advantage, and also it's simple and easy to do. Similar way, if you look at the GTX, and the GTX has the one slide button. All you need to do is just slide into this to the auto config, and then within a few seconds it flashes and goes back to normal, and then you can bring it back. So that's a simple step. Once you do that, and all the settings we talked about, frequency, voltage, phase sequence, everything will be taken care by simply pressing that button. Just a quick note on the cross reference. So this document, you will have it. So I will strongly suggest to open up this PDF document. But this is a short, screenshot of that PDF document, what we have inside. This basically gives you the, clear terminology differences. What is the legacy GTG called out for some of the main feature, and how we are achieving the same main feature or some improved main feature with our TruOne based GTG. So that's what it is listed here, and it's easy once you've gone through once. You see that how this product is we call it as a more flexible and powerful. And let's spend a few minutes on the programmable input output. It's to show how easy to do. So as I mentioned before, if you open up this cover and on the left side of the picture, what you have, this is what the standard input output option. It comes with the product. You don't need to order extra. This is the basic output contacts here. This is the input contacts here. The number of output and input contacts varies based on the type of product you are buying, and this will be the standard. This is the generator contacts. This is the standard available with every switch, right? This is where you basically send the signal to generator. And I will show you the how many input output available on each transition type. So if you take the open transition, if it is a level 2 GTX model, then it comes with one programmable output, and it always has the generator stop contacts, but there is no input available with the GTX model. If it is a level 3 GTG open transition or delay transition, you will see this here, one input and one output available. And if it is a delay transition, you will get one additional input. So it's basically 2 input and 1 output. In addition to that, in delay transition, there is a contacts for the fire system, but it's a more of Europe requirement where you need to send the signal to the switch to make it to the put it on the off position, but it's more of Europe requirement. But this is the basic standard input output available with our product. And this is a list of programmable input output, just a few to highlight. If you wanted to do a reset alarm or a remote to test on load or inhibit auto mode or manual mode, all these settings you can set it up to one of the standard input output module we just talked about. Similar way for output, we have all the options what application needs, like a pre-transfer signal or elevator pre-transfer signal, source 1 availability or source 2, or these things you can set it up to the standard. What if you don't have the enough input output, right? So because the product comes with only the standard like 1 or 2 input output, but if you need anything additional, you can buy the modules, the input output modules, and you can insert as I've shown you on the top cover removal, and then you can insert the input output module there, and you will get immediately the additional options for input output to set it up. So this slide to just quickly show you how easy to set up this the settings, right? So this is the front screen. With the front screen, you click on the settings. Once you click on the setting, it's going to give you the options, and if you wanted to set up the standard input output, which comes with the switch, then you click on this, and it's going to give you how many inputs and outputs available, and select each input. Once you select each input, and then you click on the functionality, and it always asks you the password. The system comes with the default password, and you can change it to whatever the password you need, so that you have authority that nobody else just walked in and change the settings. So once you put the password, it allows you to select any of the functions, the list of input output option. We just looked at it in the previous slide. So you can select and then assign to that one of these options. And also the contact type, you can select whether you wanted to communicate as a NO or NC, that also you can select. So it is as simple as that. Going through the couple of menus, you can easily set up each of the input output module, and it's a quickly turn into the application requirement and move on. So if you're buying the additional modules, then probably you need to click on this modules selection, and then it's going to show you all the new modules or additional modules you added to the system, and you can select one of those, and then you go through the remaining process to set up the correct input output, assigning to that. Once you assign to that, then you go into the parameters, and then you remember I was showing you the system parameter. Then next you can go on the device parameter, and you can set up all the time delays you need based on your specification. So that's how it is, simple and easy to do from the screen. And coming to the accessories, to understand, what are all the accessories we offer with ZNet's TruOne based product. And as you can see, the Echip modules, that's all the options, connectivity option. We have 7 different communication modules, as well as the signaling. What we call the signaling is the input-output module. So these options are, you can buy or you can configure it while you are basically selecting the product initially, or in the field you can add it as, you can buy as an accessory and add it. In addition to that, the auxiliary contacts, you can have maximum 8 contacts. You can put it like a 4 in O, 4 in C. This goes on the product on the right side. You can see the slots. You cannot go wrong to put it together. Even when you are ordering this product with the auxiliary contacts, we supply the contacts in a bag. And the reason is that it's easy to wire them outside, and then you just put it, click on it like a snap fit. You can just assemble it inside once you wire them, so it's easy to do it. Moving on to the Echip modules closer look. As I mentioned, it has 7 different communication module. As you can see, it's a Modbus 485 or TCP or Profibus, Profinet, DeviceNet, all those options available. And you see that it's like a Lego piece, right? So this is the auxiliary power supply. When you order any of the module, it comes with the auxiliary power supply. You don't need to select separately. But if you did not order this, but in the field you wanted to add, any modules the first time, then probably you need to order the aux power supply as well as any of the module you need. And it goes like this, right? You take the aux power supply and then you keep on adding the other parts like building blocks. And then once you have, then you take this and then slide it inside, and you see this small pin connection. That's how it gets the power from the system, and you can easily, wire them. So there is a pin points on the top, where you can wire them and take the wires outside. And there is a register, map details are available online as well. So we looked at this, how to do the programming on the screen, right? So what if you have the many number of switches to program, or the same setting you need to program on multiple times? And this is where the HMI Programming Port comes in, handy. And you can download the EC3 Echip Connect software free to your laptop, and you need to buy this programming module. I know earlier you might have learned it is in the higher price, but now it's in the it's a reasonable range to buy. And you can buy this module and connect between this laptop to this HMI port, and all the settings, whatever you do it on the menu, you can do it on the software. So you can set up the parameters and you can just download it. So it takes like a minute just to download and you are done. Same way you can export the data from the existing switch. So where it will be useful, right? So when something goes wrong, the mechanism failed and you need to replace it, then before you do that, you just download all the settings to your laptop, and then with those 2 screws we talked about, remove and then change entirely the left portion of the product, which is the mechanism and electronics, and you bring back the laptop and use this wire to re-upload it, so you don't need to go through your settings once again. And also you are going to repeat the same site. Customer has a typical configuration, then you can name the customer configuration as a file, and then you can, whenever you go there, you just dump it. That will reduce the number of time you are how much time you are going to spend in the field on the product and programming, right? So that's easy to do, and every field people having this will be useful. So from ordering code standpoint, the reason I put together here, it's not it's not a common thing, but compared to our ZNet, the legacy product, where you have seen, right? So the catalog number, it's not going to tell you exactly what configuration you ordered. because it comes with the with item. But in this product line, we launched with a smart code with 18-digit catalog number, and each digit is going to describe that exactly what product you ordered. So that's a value. So in the field, if anything goes wrong or if we need any additional input, we know exactly what you ordered, and we will be able to give you the right direction to what to do next based on the issues or support you need. It's the same for the GTX as well as the GTG product line, and the GTG product line has a more options, that includes all the combination of the communication module or input output module, and that's when you see that the list goes long. Okay, so let's move on to the replacement part. So compared to our legacy product offering, where you might have seen the many number of replacement parts. And if you look at the number of parts we are offering, what you see on the screen, that's all we are offering. That's it, right? 4 major different options. HMI, in case somebody hit with the tool that screen broke or whatever, then you can buy the HMI and replace it. It's easy to do. And the NEMA 3 cover, or if you wanted to cover it up, the screen, then you can buy this accessory. Or sometime, if you lose the handle or if you break it, you can buy that handle. The major replacement parts were, the complete mechanism with the electronics. So that includes all the solenoid power module, right? And this is what I have been explaining before, with the removal of 2 screws here, and you take this entire part out. So this will be having maybe 9 different catalog number to cover the entire range. So you can select the specific frame size rating, and then you can replace it, the entire of the complete mechanism and electronics. So that's how we simplified the replacement parts. So we don't need to go into open up and change only the controller or change only the solenoid or anything. So it makes it very easy and faster. So this helps our customer in the critical application to get back to their work, their life session, quicker. As I mentioned, it takes about 10 minutes to replace the complete mechanism. Okay, moving on to the replacement parts I was talking about. This has a list. The list is available on the manual, last page of the manual, where you can get the part number to place an order. So troubleshooting, right? So this is one of the another area where I would strongly recommend someone in the field to take a quick look at this. We have a operating instruction manual that helps you. In one of the section we have is an alarm, right? So anything goes wrong or about not meeting the standard process, it's going to give an alarm, right? So that alarm is going to tell you some message, right? What is that issue? Then if you come to this document, it has like a few pages where it gives you all the list of alarms, and if it is that alarm, then what is that fault, basically referring that alarm, and then what are the action you need to take to fix that, right? So that's a simple yes, one page missing. We have seen in the recent installation, somebody says that okay, then we gone through this, oh, there is a wire connection loose, so they didn't insert the wire properly. So once they done that, then it's everything solved. So it's a very intuitive and an easy tool. The information is available in the instruction. So this will help you to identify what's the basic issue before you call the service team to work on. From the maintenance, because this is one of the topic we always hear, what is this maintenance, this product needs to go through. So I think, as I mentioned, the way the product is designed, the modular design, and then the number of parts are very less. So the option of doing a maintenance also, it is very less, because the contacts are enclosed in a package, right? It's not visible outside, and that's actually avoiding any debris, foreign particle goes into that, that's going to reduce the lifetime or create the additional issues on the product, right? So that's a clean thing. And the routine inspection point of view, you have the event log document where you can find out exactly what's happening on the switch, and also you can just open the door and see any other debris outside, abnormal, that you can take a look at it and do the using the menu button available and do the test transfer of the loads, and and as usual the cable lag verification, torque verification. So those are the basic things. There is not a much bigger maintenance, since the product is the design such a way that to give a longer, higher reliability standpoint. So moving on to the key value proposition. So now I explained about the major features of this new design, new revolutionary product what we launched already, and then how this is going to help in the application and customer, right? So from the value proposition standpoint, you can see commissioning, it's going to be in minutes, not in hours compared to the legacy product, right? So we already looked at we have auto configure feature, as well as the programmable input output, where you can add the any additional features you need, and you can program with the laptop. That's going to help speed up the programming. So it is very intuitive and easy to install, and easy to start the installation commissioning. So mainly on the minimized unplanned outages, how this product is going to help to continuous operation. As I just explained, this product comes with a modular design, and the contacts are covered, and that's going to help us to run this product at a higher level and longer lead time. So we did the test based on the UL requirements about the 66,000 cycle operation. That itself it's going to take like 50 years of operation. If the number of transfers every month is about 10 times 10 or so. But with this critical modules and accessories, with replacement, with the less replacement parts, this basically bring the continuous operation as a true component to the application, as well as the interruption to the switch. If there is anything goes wrong, within 10 minutes you can back up and running with replacing the entire switch mechanism and electronics. But if anything goes bad on the power pole side of it, I think the recommended change is that you can buy the complete switch and then replace it. And again, that's easy to do, right? Because it's only 4 screws. You just take the entire product and put it back. And another key aspect of it from the value proposition, this product basically covers the voltage range 200 to 480 volts. So what it means that you don't need to have a different SKUs for the different voltages. So if the customer application is going to be between 200 to 480 volts, then it's the same SKU, they can use it. And the auto configuration we talked about earlier, that's going to find out exactly what supply voltage you are providing, and it sets up to the switch to that specific. Otherwise, you can do it manually also, as showing on the screen. You can do manual, or you can use the auto configuration to set it up. But anyway, that's a default and the minimum required settings for that itself going to find the right voltage and set it up. And it's going to save the number of products you are going to stock based on the live voltage. And this is a good value prop because one SKU covers the entire voltage range. This is from advanced data and connectivity standpoint. We looked at it. It's expandable, basically for the programmable input-output option, and also comes with 7 different communication modules. And I'm not sure how many of you know about or learned about the ABB Ability system. That's electrical distribution control system we have, which basically it's a cloud monitoring of the devices and send the communication, right? So basically our TruOne ATS can connect to those ABB Ability system, wherein from the remotely with the app, they can easily find out exactly, what is the power consumption going on the product, and those kind of things you can remotely monitor and see the progress. That's the ABB Ability going to help. So I do have a lot of other value propositions. I'm going to leave it here for you to read, when you go through this presentation later point of time. But the key point I wanted to make is that the product brings the value to the application. That's going to help you to take a decision which product to be used, and based on the long run, how much of maintenance it's going to need, as well as how quick, it is easy to install and, start the commissioning process. And then this slide is going to provide you all the resource information about, the basic quick start guide or a catalog, manual or drawings, or what kind of the breaker rating. So I think I did not talk about the WCR rating in earlier. So basically, this product has the coordinated ratings with several manufacturers breaker that includes the Eaton, Schneider, and the Siemens, and the GE and ABB. And when we launched the product, we launched it with the limited ratings, and now we expanded the ratings, and the updated rating information is available, but we haven't published yet in the web. So it's going to happen soon. But if you have any project with a specific breaker rating needed, reach out to Maurice and team, and they can easily find out what ratings we have and suggest you. So also we do have the videos, as I mentioned earlier, how to install the product, or how to do manual operation, or how to put the HMI on the door, and those are the basic videos. I would strongly recommend to take a look at it, and all other documents also available on the web page. The link is given on the bottom of the page. So we are coming very closer to our presentation. So the last I wanted to talk about the how to order. Anyway, you will be going through Maurice and team to order this, but I wanted to highlight this. So this is the Empower tool. We have easy to configure, all the options what customer wanted, and then we come up with a catalog number, and that's how the team can easily send you a quotation. So I just wanted to highlight that we have very sophisticated and configuration tool, wherein you can even see on the right side of the product, what type of transition and enclosure, ground bar, meter, and the other thing is that, when you look at this input and output modules, you describe that how many options you need, and based on that, our team can select exactly whether the standard input output module coming with the switch is sufficient, or you need to add additional input output module, and that's what they will select and configure the required complete product for the application. And I think with that, I'm trying to rush it up to make sure that we have last 10 minutes for the Q&A, and Maurice or Michael can take the questions, and I will be able to answer it. If you want to read that question, what we have on the chat window.